come join me in starting my worm compost for the first time on my own. Since my past composts were obtained by, I inherited them, I decided to go online and I got some advice from Deanna at Homestead in Chile on how to actually put together an effective composting bin. So I have my worms that I got from PetSmart, the red wigglers. I need a sturdy bin, which I have, and bedding, which I have. So I've just been shredding cardboard and paper, just with scissors in my hands because we don't have a shredder right now. I also need to drill holes in the bin so that we have air circulation. I've been storing some food in here for the past few days. I just have some shredded carrots and tomatoes and Brussels sprouts and some squash peelings. So I will be taking the food and dispersing it. We'll create a bed in here, and I'll put the food in here and put the worms on top. I added about a cup of water to moisten it. Now, of course, it shrunk everything down, so I'm gonna have to add more bedding. And today I'm going to be having my grandchildren, Kendall and Zeke, helping me with our worm compost project. Here are my grandchildren, Kendall and Zeke, and they're gonna help me make the worm compost, which they're sitting on right now.
Yeah.
Stand up. And what does Kendall have in her hand?
A driller.
What are we gonna do with the drill?
We're gonna make holes in it, right?
Okay, and why do we need to make holes?
So the worms could breathe. Everywhere so the worms could breathe.
Kendall and I are gonna put some food scraps in. Now, I probably have too much food scraps for a beginning bin, so we won't put them all in.
Yeah.
We'll just make a small hole and put some in.
Yeah. I cover it? Okay.
Yeah, let's do it. Like, we're gonna put our food right here. We have 5 bins of these red wigglers. There should be about 45 to 55 in each one. So we have about 250 worms. So that's maybe a quarter pound. So we just want like about a quarter pound of food in there. So we're just gonna put a little bit in.
Yeah, that looks gross. We're picking some pumpkin, some half of lettuce on the bottom, I think. And
you want to put the worms in?
yes.
So just put them on top of the. You can just dump the whole thing on top.
Hey, look at the big one right here.
Yeah.
Never mind, that's a big tail.
Put it on the food. Good. Here's Zeke.
Oh yeah.
Yep. They're there.
They're on the bottom.
See, look. What are you doing, Zeke?
He's carrying them. Can I carry some of them?
Yeah.
Okay, put them in so they can eat.
Oh my gosh. Sorry, do this. Sorry, I have to get you a hole. Sorry, do it.
All right, so that's their new home. And we're going to now bury them.
So they can get their snack.
Okay.
So when we step in this, step.
Okay, so you're gonna put it like a blanket over the top.
Okay. I gotta look at this. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, just like that.
Okay.
Because that'll help them.
See, wait, where are those? Can I get one? I got the wait, why is they wet?
Because it'll kind of keep the worms happy. All right, so
I did
here,
rip
Zeke,
it.
Zeke, come here. It's okay. Put it here.
It's supposed to
You can even do it like this.
Why is so wet?
Okay.
Let's put the lid on. Okay, now we need to put this on so the worms
Clamp it. And then we can push it into the pantry.
Here, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And they like it dark, so that's...
I like it dark. Light it in.
What about your cat?
Perfect. High five. So 1 week later, I just wanted to check on them. I wasn't quite ready to feed them, and I discovered that the butternut squash seeds had sprouted. So I took them out and I put them in water, and I plan to plant them in my daughter's garden. The day after the butternut squash seed discovery, I was ready to feed food scraps to my worms, and I had Diesel and Mackenzie with me for this round of activity.
I can get it.
You can't get it?
Yeah, it's right there. That one's keep hiding.
They've done a good job of eating.
Should I get one?
Oh, there's one.
This for a second. Ooh, hi.
So the worms have eaten pretty much everything except the hard rinds of the butternut squash. But everything else is gone. And so today we're going to put food on this side with this bedding and covering them up. All right, so what are you guys doing?
We're putting
We're ripping up cardboard.
yeah.
Cardboard.
For the worms in here,
For the worms, why do the worms need the cardboard?
so they can eat and they can grow.
We put the food on the left side of the bin, so the worms will move from the right over to the left to start feeding on that food. It will take the worms several days to migrate, but Mackenzie was checking on them immediately.
Grandma, I'm checking if they're going over here. Yeah, they are.
Like last week, we covered the bedding with wet newspaper and stored the bin in the pantry. And now you know how easy it is to start your own worm compost and eliminate food waste from your kitchen. I'd like to thank my grandchildren Kendall and Zeke and Diesel and Mackenzie for joining me on my vermicomposting journey.